All right, we're here with Corey Davis. Clap for him.
Hey,
Thank you guys.
Yeah, way to be Corey Davis.
Happy to be here.
All right. So, car photographer extraordinaire, but today we're talking about the X100s, and it's a very interesting camera. It's pretty compact. You may not be able to fit it into your pocket, but you can definitely fit it into like an overcoat or something similar like that, small bags, purses, all that good stuff. So what do you like most about the X100F?
So with this being a fixed lens camera, it kind of takes the guesswork out of what lens you want to take on a trip. You just always have a 35, and it's super compact. I love the feel of it and just kind of the process of shooting with it. It's all very analog. It's just a quirky, fun little camera to take on trips.
Yeah, I think it's a great size. I've owned a bunch of I've actually owned every one of those cameras that's come out myself, and I think it's like just as a personal camera, just to have to take on a day and not think too much about. It's really fun. It's got a lot of really cool features that other cameras don't have. Like it has a leaf shutter, which there's not too many modern cameras that you can find with a leaf shutter in it. So that gives you some interesting capabilities.
So,
it also has like the rangefinder sort of system built in through the. So like if you were looking through, it has an EVF, but you could also switch it to a rangefinder. So
that is cool.
You could do either or, which
kind of
is
like a retro throwback. Another retro throwback I like are these little dials right here. So if I'm shooting like Sony's all day or like Canons or Nikons, then you come back to this Fuji for personal work, and then you have these nice physical dials here. It's pretty cool.
I think that what Fuji did really well with that camera is they kind of modeled it after the stylings of the old Leica M3, but then they put like all the cool modern features you would ever want in a camera. And they're like, here's everything that we know about photography. We're going to put basically some version of everything in it, and it's just fun to use it all the time.
Yeah. So I just took a picture, but I was like, did I take a picture? And I think that's because of the shutter is so quiet. So is it like a leaf shutter? Or?
Yeah, so that one has a leaf shutter, but it also has an electronic. So you could have it in the electronic shutter, and it's like, it doesn't make any noise.
Yeah, it's silent.
It's totally silent.
Does it have any banding? I know with the Sony's, like sometimes there's banding with LEDs.
I've had banding occur every now and then. It's super rare, and it's under like kind of strange circumstances.
Yeah, weird lighting. Or the shutter. You just gotta be a certain shutter.
Yeah. I've noticed with the Sony's and like the A7 III, A7R3 and stuff. If you shoot the electronic shutter just at nighttime with like lots of ambient light, the chances are that like at least one of the lights like out in the city is gonna have some banding and it's gonna kind of mess with the image. But if you're in daylight, it's probably a great feature.
And those are actual menu settings in the camera, so you can set it to either be, one or the other or a hybrid of both. So like if it goes past like a certain shutter speed, it'll go into electronic mode. So that way most of the time you're still using the regular manual. Yeah,
these cameras, they have a lot of custom options where you can really kind of fine tune and dial the camera into your style. Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, get it kind of dialed in for your preferences and stuff. And what else is cool about it, too, is you can set up all the buttons on it. So, like, all the buttons on the actual physical body are customizable, most of them at least, which makes it your own, You can really set it up the way you want it and really dial it in for, like, a glove,
Yeah. So you're taking this photo out, and I guess, like, first thing you're probably thinking about is portability. We already went over portability. So how's the image quality out of it? Does it have nice, what about like ISO?
Oh, it's great. I can't remember the exact specs on megapixel count, but the ISO, it's great. Not a lot of noise higher up.
What ISO are you like comfortable? Because like these camera manufacturers, they'll do like, 50,000 ISO, but nobody ever uses that. Like what's your like usable ISO? I've
bumped that up to like 1,500. 2,000 works pretty well on it. It kind of works well with the film sims too, because you can like kind of add in more grain to your JPEG.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You could actually go higher on it, but you might be able to lose in some picture quality. You know what I mean? You're gonna get some noise introduced that you don't want probably.
Yeah, so I'm having on the XT100 or X100T and the X100S. And this camera too. How do all of them compare? Like, why should somebody buy the X100F rather than an X100T?
So the reason that I actually purchased the F when I already had a bunch of the other ones in the past was something very trivial. Is they added the little thumb joystick.
Yeah, well,
which
sometimes
I'm
these
so
little
accustomed
features
to that thing.
Yeah, like the internet will be like so focused on like image quality or like all these other like
They
details.
got me with that little thumb knob.
Yeah. A thumb dial like will make a huge difference.
Like having that
in your
joystick
actual
really,
photography
and especially
life.
when you're just so used to it on so many of your other
Yeah.
cameras. Like having it on that camera was for me it was a no-brainer. That's why I upgraded to the next one.
I like the autofocus. So I had the original X100, and then I got the S. And I definitely like that little thumb knob too, because my little wheel would get stuff stuck in it, and it wouldn't rotate all the way.
It wouldn't work right.
The autofocus on that is super fast. They upgraded the EVF on it. And
yeah, that one has a lot of pixels in it. It's like the 2.3 million or something.
Yeah, it's
2.1 million. 2
just
plus
a
million.
fun little camera.
Yeah, it really.
Flick that right there.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'll let you change around some.
Yeah. So like. Just going into this, I've shot the X100S a couple of times, and it seems like the operation is just a lot faster. So with the X100S, it seemed like the computers in it, the processor, were maybe a little bit slower. And I think, just as far as like usability,
I think generally
having
the form factor
dial
was the same. They didn't change the form factor at all from camera to camera. Like the size of it and the way it is exactly the same.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, just so like looking through menus and stuff, or like switching autofocus point, like everything seems really, really, really snappy. So like it's probably the autofocus is quite a bit better than like the X100S. It really kind of feels like a throwback in a way, just because like everything slows down a little. But so maybe like going with this, you can probably get a used X100S for, I don't know, like $400 on the used market.
Yeah.
And then
I would probably choose the T over the S if I was going to get one that was further back, though.
You would?
Yeah, I felt like the T had better autofocus than the S. Although there are firmware updates for them.
Okay.
So maybe if you had the X100S now, it would still be good with the firmware update. I didn't use it up to now with firmware updates.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about the Fuji cameras is they can change a lot in firmware.
Yeah.
And they do.
And they listen to customers too. They listen to any input that people have.
Yeah,
and
totally.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, you feel like you're part of a community with Fuji. Like they're really cool about that. They make you feel like you're part of their group, and they want your voice to be heard. Sometimes it's helpful.
All right. So if you're a Fuji salesman and you're trying to sell me the X100F, what would you tell me?
It's kind of an experience to use. It's quirky.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a homage to analog photography and the way the dials operate. Just the feel of the camera. It's very. It's more of a tool. It feels like a tool, I suppose.
I feel like that camera sells itself. That camera is like a gateway drug to Fuji. I feel like a lot of people acquire that camera, like my friend Corey here, and then before not too long, they're like, maybe I should get their pro camera and I should start messing with it. That's what happened to me. I started with that little camera and I got hooked on that little camera. I loved it so much, and I wished that I could shoot all of my stuff on Fuji, and then they slowly made that possible, and that's why I made the switch, because of that great little camera. Like, it's definitely a fun gateway drug.
Nice. All right. Well, yeah, this was the X100F, and we also covered a little bit more than that on the X100S and the X100T and stuff like that. Hopefully this video was helpful, but go ahead and check out Corey. We would really appreciate that. He's an awesome photographer, and he's coming here to talk gear with us. So go check out Corey. Links in the description.